Hello, my dear students. It's so lovely day because I'm meeting second time in Geography of International Tourism lecture. It is today's I will explain to you or we can identify in this lecture classification of international tourism, what types of international tourism you know, and also I can add more important types of international tourism in this lecture. In this lecture of learning objectives will be firstly identify different types of tourism, not only international, but also domestic tourism, and also understand the importance of international tourism in not only economy, but also other important aspects of human being, and also certainly analyze the role of the international tourism. As I said before, the role of tourism geography, it's really crucial to the development tourism. And here we can say that tourism geography plays not only complex interaction, but also it can be physical and cultural and also environmental factors. Here we can see the key roles of tourism geography, which is included for the following. So first one, planning and development, which is also important to the development of tourism in any destination. And also here, marketing promotion, which is promote every destination is really important. That's why before creating some tour products, we should think carefully, plan and develop the way to how to we create, how to we promote this tour product. And third one is research and education. We are also one of the stakeholders of tourism industry. That's why research also important to get more complex products in tourism, and also management and sustainability. Nowadays, sustainability one of the factors of tourism development. That's why it's really crucial also. Moreover, understanding tourist behavior. Nowadays, we have different types of tourism and also different demand sides. That's why we should understand each behavior of tourists and also their demands. That's why related to demand side, we should create supply side of tourism industry. That's why it's also geography of tourism and cultural preservation or cultural supportment. It's also important because preservation in tourism related to sustainability. Without preservation, our natural and cultural preservation, we will lose our past history. That's why it's also very significant to know. And economic development. Economic development, it's not just local, but also international, and it can be influenced to other aspects of economy. Environment conservation. Environment conservation, without this, we cannot find the easiest way. Finally, the pillar of other sustainabilities, which is also more important than, as I said before. What is tourism here? Here we can see the diagram, which is I will explain properly, because every tourism will be host community where we can go, or for example, host communities where we can go. For example, if you will go to the France, it will be host community. And tourists you are, or other who can travel, and provider we are. It's, for example, tour company, tour operators, or air company, or transfer company, logistic company. It can be all services which is related with tourism. This one, is a very important dimension of tourism. That's why we can understand easily here that without each other, they cannot do proper tourism. Here, as I said before, today's lecture is related with classification of tourism. That's why here it's really important to know the different types of tourism. Here we can see the international tourism, which is globally it's bigger than domestic, because domestic will be like local level, international, it will be international level or more high, or the profit is higher than domestic. Here we can see international tourism can be divided by two in inbound tourism and outbound tourism. Outbound tourism, it's from outside. Inbound, it's from inside of tourism. For example, China as a destination is so very popular, and it can be Chinese people traveling in China. It can be inbound tourism. Outbound tourism, it's Chinese people will, if they travel around the world, it will be outbound tourism. That's why it's really important to know. But sometimes some researchers will divide even domestic tourism into groups, as I said before, inbound and outbound. What is it, domestic tourism? Domestic tourism is defined as a travel with the own country or residence, either for business or leisure purpose. For example, if you will go to Almaty, it will be domestic tourism. If you go to the Chimkent, it will be a domestic tourism. It's also usually much easier to organize than the international tourism, because international tourism, you should get visa or some more money, financial resources, which you can get like international. For example, if you live in London and you would like to go to Manchester for the weekend, this will be domestic tourism also. And language barriers and culture shock are also not factor in domestic tourism, because if you go to Almaty, you cannot speak in English. That's why it can be, you cannot get any language barriers. That's why it's called domestic tourism. What is it, inbound tourism? Inbound, when you enter another country, this is inbound tourism for destination country. For example, if you travel from US to Spain, this is the inbound tourism for Spain. And also inbound tourism is also a form of international tourism. This means that you need to prepare all necessary paperwork in advance, for as well as to take to get a visa or other formality. What is it? Outbound tourism. Outbound tourism, you go from your own country to another one. If you take the same example, in the previous section, if you go from US to Spain, this is outbound from for the US, since you are leaving the country. It's familiar with inbound, but it's more international, more bigger than others. And also travel agents are familiar with those and might take travel easier to get to do in advance everything for you. Many online travel agencies are specialized not only inbound, but also outbound. Nowadays, it's outbound tourism is so popular. Here we can say, by motivation or by goal of tourists, we can divide several classifications of tourism. For example, rural tourism, what is it? And domestic, international, all of them, all types, it's different, can be different goals or aims to get this tourism. Or for example, educational tourism. If you go to the UK to study a master's degree, you will get educational visa, and it calls educational tourism. And also dark tourism, one of the newest tourism. I will explain properly in the following week or following lectures. And also one of the biggest or highest types of tourism, it's business tourism. Medical tourism also one of the highest one. Here we can say domestic tourism move to various. It can be like not so long destination, and also length of stay. It can be from 24 hours, but not to less than 20 months. Income it can be different. International tourism, it will be crossing international boundary or different countries. It can be duration, it will be at least 24 hours stay to various, it can be different goals. In conclusion, tourism is when your people travel around the world, even in country. It can be very important to know that different geography of tourism, it is included with classification of tourism, the purpose of tourism. That's why tourism is an important industry nowadays after car production and oil gas production. That's why all types of tourism can be understandable for everyone because it's not the first year of tourism students. That's why I think it's easy to understand. Also, I would like to say that the following lecture, we can understand properly the geography of international tourism more deeply by the destination, because we will divide like Asia, Europe, or other tourist destination by the number of tourists. And also, if you have any question regarding today's presentation or today's lecture, just email to my email address and I will explain to you, or I will answer as soon as possible. And later I will send to you tasks I upload, and please be active and just answer on time your tasks. It is really important. And have a nice day. Thank you so much.